Nate Diaz explodes on his final press conference with Jorge Masvidal and causes Jorge to not face off.
Crown Wrestling. Subscribe.
Alright guys, so this Saturday, July 6th, we are going to get a fight between Jorge Masvidal and Nate Diaz. But this fight is a little bit different because we know back in 2019 they fought in UFC for the BMF title. If you don't know what those abbreviations stand for, you check it out. Crown Wrestling, cuss free. But check it out. They fought for the BMF title. This was back in 2019. And they're coming back to fight in 2024 for another match. But this one is a little bit different because it is a boxing match. Yeah. And so that's why we're reporting the boxing on Crown Wrestling today. They had a press conference. It was the final press conference leading up into this fight. And a journalist asked Nate Diaz, when you do get knocked out, are you going to retire? How you going to ask Nate Diaz that and expect everything to be sound? I mean, even me, if he asked me that, I would have said something. Probably not what Nate Diaz said, but I would have corrected the young man. He looked very young, so I guess he's just starting his journalism out. But Nate Diaz, he just snapped, man. He really had this guy told. If you guys want to see it, you have to check it out. He said his young blanks like you is just changing the times. You're changing the times, and I got little girls that could blank you up. He snapped on his kid that was doing the journalism, and that's just what he told him, man. He went in on him. So they were supposed to do a face-off right after that, and Masvidal just got up and walked away. I guess he didn't want no part of it. He just got up and left. So Nate Diaz wound up believing himself. But yeah, I look forward to seeing this fight this Saturday. This is July 6th, 9 p.m. Eastern time on DAZN. This is going to be a good match. And like I say, it's different because it is a boxing match. Here at Crown Wrestling, we report wrestling and UFC. But these guys are, for the majority of their careers, they've been UFC fighters. But this time, they are fighting in a boxing ring. So that is going to be a treat. Another thing, actually on that undercard, we just want to throw this in for a little treat as well. On the undercard, we're going to see the son of Fernando Vargas. Yeah, Hermano Vargas versus the little brother of Ryan Garcia. Yeah, Sean Garcia. So we're going to see Hermano Vargas versus Sean Garcia. That's going to be on the undercard of the Nate Diaz Masvidal boxing match. Wow. They talk some trash in the press conference. They started off like they wanted to be very spiritual, then they just flipped the script. So yeah, they you know how they say you lose your religion? Well, they really did that. Wow. They're gonna fight on the undercard. Another fight on the undercard is Danny Jacobs returning. Yeah, he's gonna fight Shane Mosley Jr. That's going to be awesome. So these fights and more is going to be live on DAZN, July 6th, 9 p.m. Eastern. Nate Diaz versus Jorge Masvidal in a boxing match. You guys got to check that out. I'm going to watch it. I look forward to seeing it, and I hope you do the same. Crown Wrestling.
Crown Wrestling. Subscribe.